Good morning. It is 9:20. I woke up at 8 o'clock and started reading. I've been going through incidents around the house, and I do think it's interesting. However, I think it might be overhyped. It's just not that scary. Like, I kept seeing people saying, like, oh my god, this is like one of the scariest books that I've ever read. And it's definitely creates like a really interesting like vibe and atmosphere, but it's not scary in the way that I thought it was going to be. And I've noticed this with ghost stories in general. They just don't do what I want them to do. Like, they just don't. I'm not scared. I've never really been scared of a book. I'm 41% of the way through. I think that means I'm on page 128. There's 300 pages, so if I read a lot of this today, I might finish it, but I'll probably end up finishing it tomorrow. And then I need to start notes on execution. I think that's going to be the next one because we're recording an episode for the podcast on that. So I think that's what we're going to do. I might try to go to Barnes and Noble because the more I think about Thrum, the more I want like a physical copy of it. So really, that was such a unique book, and I quite liked it. What else? What do I want to say about incidents around the house? I think what's bugging me the most about incidents around the house is just how the parents are acting and behaving. Like, they'll sit on the edge of the little girl's bed and they will just like dump, like trauma dump on her, like when they think that she's asleep, and just like talk about their lives and stuff. And it's so fucking weird. As a parent, like, I would never I would never do that. So like, why are you doing this? It just doesn't really make any sense. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where it ends up going. I say that every time, but I don't have high hopes for the ending. It is noon. I am going to the used bookstore. I listened to my audiobook Stiff, which I had mentioned before is a book I got back in 2016. Sorry, this is so shaky. I really like it. It is very morbid and funny, and it has reignited my passion for corpses, which I've had since I was a child. I'm sure that's something I could unpack with somebody, but I'm not doing that. So, I don't know. I wish there was a mortuary school. Shut up! I don't know why my car is so loud. There's no mortuary schools here. I would like to be a mortician. I've been wanting to be a mortician since I was like 11 years old. So, this just started a flame in me, so maybe I won't be a registered nurse. Maybe I'll go to mortuary school. Yeah. Anyways, we're going to the used bookstore for a couple of things. One, because I want to look. Two, for my grandma, and she likes Christian fiction. I don't read any of that, so I'm going to have to cross my fingers that I pick something good. And then I'm going to try to get some early education stuff for my 5-year-old, because we're doing kindergarten at home. So we're going to see what we can get, and I'm going to film inside there because there's a really cute cat with no tail. Apparently, that bookstore is closed on Sundays and Mondays. The other bookstore by my house is closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, so this is crazy. So I'm going to go to Barnes and Noble instead, so. I went into the bougie grocery store. Everything is so expensive in here, but it's like beautiful produce. That actually wasn't too bad. I ended up spending $56, and I got 3 rolls of sushi, a jar of kimchi, 2 energy drinks, and some pepperoncinis, so I'm gonna make pasta salad. It is 5:30 p.m. and I have been listening to my audiobook of Stiff, and I learned something super interesting and morbid, and it is that, one, the majority of people that die in plane crashes, it's because they burn alive in the cabin from cabin fire. It's not from the actual impact itself, and that it's not profitable to add any extra safety precautions for like the federal, the FAA or whatever it's called. They say that they don't need to do it. They don't need to add these things like a sprinkler system in the cabin or more emergency exits, because it would cost them, and like the turnaround rate is not profitable enough because each human being is worth like $2.6 million. So they like throw numbers into some formula and they determine whether or not
they should implement different safety features. That is so fucked up. I hate capitalism so much. Also, this is turning into a very good book. It's one of those nonfiction books that I think would get people into reading nonfiction because it's not super daunting and the topics are really interesting. So I will probably be recommending this. All right, it is 8:30 at night. I think this is going to be my final check-in. I will end up reading a little bit more while I'm putting my youngest to bed, but according to Storygraph, I read over 200 pages today, which was really good. The only book I ended up picking up for myself, like circling back to Barnes& and Noble, was PTSD Radio, the second volume, so I'll be starting that soon. Probably tomorrow. Anyways, thanks for, yeah, thanks. Okay, bye.